Hey y'all, it's Shannon. So I wanted to come at you with a real quick review of some paint markers, acrylic paint markers. I've really been into them. I used to use paint markers quite a while ago and just recently have gotten back into them. Originally what I used was the Elmers and some of those, which are okay, but the light fastness isn't quite there, and if you want your work to last, it's kind of the thing. And to be honest, given the price of them, I can catch them on sale on Dick Blick with a coupon for around $3, or I'm going to show you how you can, well, I'm not going to show you in this video, but I do make my own, so I buy them empty a lot anymore. So I'll just show you this. You ready? So I have 5 brands of paint marker basically. I have Montana acrylic, which is a very well-known one. I have Liquitex acrylic paint, which is also pretty well-known. And then I have Molotow One for All, which is also a very well-known, I think. And then the real reason I got back on my acrylic paint marker kick is because I found a little, they called it a marker kit or marker set. I found it at Michael's, and it's by Golden. It's their high flow acrylic. I believe it's high flow. Yeah, high flow acrylics is what they call it. And it came with 4 colors, 1 ounces, and it came with 3 empty paint markers. And so I was like, well, that's a cool idea. I can use it in my airbrush, my dip pen, my paintbrush, and with a marker. That's kind of cool. You can mix your own colors, which it's just really kind of a fabulous idea. And then the last one was kind of my own personal experiment to see if it will work, and sure enough it did. And like I said, I got 3 empty markers from the paint set, so I used one of them, and I just wanted to see if I could put Liquitex Acrylic Ink in it and make a marker, and I did, and it works. So I'm going to review that one as well. Always exciting. So let's go to the board. So this is my board. So the first one you have is the Liquitex Acrylic Ink, or acrylic marker, sorry. I'm so used to using inks, I just call everything an ink apparently. And so I used, I forget which color this is. I have several of these at this point. It's cadmium orange medium hue. So basically the pros is that they are opaque. Well, they tell you they are great light fastness, good formula. I really like the way it applies. Some of the cons are it's not refillable. They don't sell ink refills, and as I'll tell you, like way down here, kind of my thoughts on the Liquitex ink, you can use that to refill these, but there are 50 colors available in the acrylic markers, but there's only 30 colors available in the acrylic ink, so you don't have the exact same options, but they say you can mix with these, but to me you're almost wasting ink if you do that, so because you'd have to pour some out in order to make, and so I tend to see that as not a good thing. So the next one I have is the Golden marker, which is really just, I love those Golden high flow acrylics. I've only had them a few months. I'm in love. So they have 2 options. They have opaque and transparent. The reason they have that is because you can use them with an airbrush. So you can layer your colors, which is really nice. So it's got an awesome color selection, 49 colors. I think that's pretty good. It's a multi-purpose product in general, so I like that. The cons for me are that, like, they have fluorescent colors, which all of them do, and the fluorescent ones, something to be aware of, is just because they're not made with the same pigments. I think they're made with dyes, if I remember correctly. They're not as light fast. So just check on those, just to make sure. So, and I really haven't found any other cons other than that with the fluorescent, and that applies to everything, so, you know. So the next one is Montana. And the pros are it's opaque, it's fluid, it does this beautiful drip. I love that. Like if you're into graffiti art, it's awesome. And I will say with the Liquitex acrylic markers, they say you can do drips if that's what you want, but you need to make sure you clean the tip out afterwards. And I probably should do that with this one, but I honestly haven't had any problems with it since then, so not going to worry about it. Yeah, so the fluid drip is awesome. The colors, it's got a huge selection of colors, Montana's acrylic markers do. They are refillable. Yes, and usually you can buy 2 different sizes of ink refills. So great. You can mix colors for real, and Montana sells empty paint markers. And they sell multiple types of nibs for the same size of marker. For instance, this is a fine marker, but I have several empty markers, and they all come with these like bullet type tips, which quite frankly for me is the con of this. I hate the nib. I don't like the bullet rounded nib, but you can buy a chisel nib for it. You can buy a calligraphy nib for it. So I like that. I mean, it kind of solves its own issues, so to speak. So the next one is by Molotow. So Molotow is probably my newest. It is my newest one. It's the only one I only have one color of. It's red. My Michael started carrying them, and so I was like, well, okay, had 40% off coupon, might as well use it, right? It's very opaque. I would say out of all of these, to me, this is the most opaque. It's just freaking beautiful. I'd like to get a couple other colors, I think, but we'll kind of see how that goes. So it's got an awesome color selection. The cons are, I put a question mark here because I don't know if it's refillable or not. When I looked online, I couldn't find any, but I'm thinking it is refillable. I could be wrong. Someone just correct me and let me know. I think it's refillable, but I'm not 100% sure. And I know Molotow also sells empty paint markers, so always a plus if you want to mix your own. And then the final one, which I'm really excited about, is the Liquitex Ink, the acrylic ink, which I already had, and I have a bunch of other brands. So the pros is that it is opaque. Even though with this, it doesn't look very opaque, I'm just going to show you an example. I don't know why it's smudged. It is a different type of canvas board than what I usually use, which is this one. This is just an example. So this is the Liquitex ink down here. I signed my name with it. Sorry about the glare. I did a lot of glazing with this piece, and I'm not sure if you can see, but I actually used the acrylic ink, or Liquitex acrylic markers in, I think I used burnt umber to do some of the like striations in the wood and stuff. So I find it really freaking awesome and very multi-purpose. So, but back to the ink, it does indeed go on opaque. But if you don't leave it alone for a few minutes, it will smudge, as you can see. So, and like I said, I'm not 100% sure if it's this board or what, because I've never had that issue, and I've signed literally like a ton of work with it, and I really like using these. I will say they are very liquidy kind of feeling and consistency in comparison with the other acrylic markers. I don't know how else to describe it other than the other acrylic markers almost have like a buttery, a little bit of a thicker texture and consistency to me when I use them and mark, and just the way I see them flow, and like with this, I can use a paintbrush, and, well, I've used a paintbrush with several of these anyways, but it's slightly different consistency, it's slightly more liquidy, more ink-like. So, I like that, but it's okay. I love the color selection. It's got 30 colors, which I pretty much own most of them, but I do enjoy it. I would say that the cons are that, like I said, you have to let it dry, and it's got like a slight, like, I don't know, on this it turned out so weird, but I will say that like when you use it, if you can see in that cap there, I'm not sure, it leaks a little bit, and I don't know if that's because I use the extra fine kind of nib, small one, or not, so I'm not sure about that. I haven't made any more since then. I've just been using it to sign everything, and so I was like, well, let me see if this works, and when it did it, I was like, away I go. So I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed my review of these. So I hope you enjoyed my review of these acrylic markers. If you're interested in learning how to make a Liquitex acrylic marker, I can show you how to do that from the ink. And these are just, I really have been enjoying the heck out of these. I've been playing away, what can I say? So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll talk to you later. Please do me a huge favor, like and subscribe for more videos. And if you have any ideas of what else, if you've seen past hauls and you want me to review some of that stuff, kind of let me know. It helps me out greatly. So anyhow, I hope y'all have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.